Hi everybody and welcome to my latest YouTube video. It's Beatle Dave, your friendly neighbourhood record collector, calling to you from Derby in the UK. Nice day in Derby today, actually, very sunny, which makes a change. As promised, this video is going to be about the records I got earlier in the week from my friends at BPM RECORDS in Derby. So they are like my local record shop. They sell second-hand records or pre-loved or whatever you want to call them. Brand new records. He's also got vast collection upstairs where it's like 5 for £10 or £3 each or something like that. Probably got that wrong, Dave, so if I've said it wrong, I'm sorry. So if you're ever in Derby, please check them out. And remember folks, if you're lucky enough to have a record shop where you live, check them out. Even if you go once or twice a year, just go and buy something off them, because if you ever lose them, you'll miss them, sort of thing. I'm a bit guilty of this myself, because I haven't been to see Dave since I think it was just after Christmas was the last time I went, but I've been busy like with getting married and work commitments and things like that. So past few weeks have been really busy collecting wise. Dennis gave me a fantastic collection of ska and punk records. Last weekend we went to the Derby Record Fair in Derby, and then on, I think it was Tuesday, I went to see Dave. So these are the goodies that we got. A bag full of records from BPM Records. We'll start off, it's mainly singles, some EPs, a couple of LPs and a box set, if I remember rightly, because I haven't actually checked these since the day I bought them because of work commitments. I know it's daft. So if you're sitting comfortably, folks, we'll begin with the singles and the EPs. So first off, we've got an original copy of Hard Day's Night extracts from the film EP, which I think I've got a copy of this, but I don't think it actually had the sleeve to it. So you get the flip back sleeves on it. So on this you get I Should Have Known Better, If I Fell, Tell Me Why, and I Love Her. If you're hearing strange things again in the background, I'm sorry, it is my phone. Although I've put it on like the airplane mode, things are still coming through which they shouldn't be doing, so I hope it doesn't spoil your enjoyment, folks. This has got a KT tax code on it as well. So it's GEP8920, side 1. And then that is side 2. And to be fair, that is in really lovely condition. £10 that was, which I didn't think was too bad. Yes, I know £10 is a lot of money to some people, but yeah, £10. The next one I got, believe it or not, and I'm laughing at myself on this because for 40 years I've been looking for original copy of Love Me Do, haven't I? I did find a copy last weekend at the record fair, which when I got home is slightly warped, but it does play okay, which was that one. And then we got this one, which we don't know if that's an original demo or not. So that is the one that I got at the record fair last week, right? So I'm just proving this, just so people don't think I'm sharing the same record, because I also got Love Me Do from BPM. This was actually quite expensive, to be honest, but for what it is, it isn't, if that makes sense. So this is in like a very period sleeve. PS I Love You on the back. And this has got a ZT tax code in the dead wax just there. Yeah, it does say McCartney on it. So that's side A, Love Me Do, with the Amador and Beechwood publishing credit. Later copies and reissues have the MPL credit, don't they? That's the easiest way to tell a later copy. PS I Love You. Again, this is actually in really nice condition. Now last week I said £55 or £50 or whatever it was the most I'd ever spent for a Beatles single. which was the copy of Love Me Do I got at the record fair. Now, you gotta think I'm daft, this one was actually more. But in all fairness to the chaps at the record fair, this copy is in better condition than this copy. Like I say, that one has got a slight warp on it, but it does play. So that one was 55, this one was 60. But in all fairness, it wasn't really 60, because when I go to see Dave at BPM, I always spend quite a bit of money, so he always does me a good deal. Same as when I go to see Rob at Rob's Record Mark in Nottingham. You know, because I spend quite a decent amount of money, and probably don't want this to sound big-headed, but one of their like best customers, because when I go in I always spend. I'll never go in and not buy anything, so they always do me like good deals. So yeah, £60 for original UK first pressing of Love Me Do stroke PS I Love You in really nice condition. I would say that one is good and this one is a very good plus. They're both brilliant to have, don't get me wrong, you know, and I'm quite happy to have that one. But it just seems a bit silly that a couple of days after I bought that one I saw this. But you know, that's the way things happen in the collecting world, especially with Beatles things. You know, it's like waiting for Bush. You know, you wait 40 years to find one, and then you find 3 in 3 days. And in fact, I found another one as well, which I will go into, which was this one, which is a. These are actually quite rare, to be honest. They're on the UK anyway, which is a 1982 picture disc version of Love Me Do. And I think, if I remember rightly, the version of Love Me Do on here isn't the actual original single version, it's the album version, I think, if I've got that right. Because this is the version that has Ringo Starr on drums, where on the original version he was on tambourine one or something, or it's the other way around, I don't know. Yeah, this was, on these are actually quite rare, because they was only released in limited numbers, i.e. every time it's the 20th anniversary they'd release a picture disc. These usually go for about £20 on eBay and Discogs and places like that. You can pick them up for less than that, but I was quite surprised that that was only £5. £5 for picture disc. Yes, I know some people don't like picture disc and coloured vinyls. I do like them. There's something different, aren't they, at the end of the day? And when you've been collecting records for as long as I have, excuse me one sec, you know, it doesn't matter. As long as I like what I'm buying, I don't, you know, I do listen to other people's opinions and everything like that, don't get me wrong. But if I want to buy something, I'm going to buy it. Next up, and I know I haven't got this, so I have got it, but the picture cover's not very good in it, is Beatles for Sale EP. This is the number 1, and then there was a number 2. So on this you've got No Reply, I'm a Loser, Rock and Roll Music, 8 Days a Week. So basically they're probably the highlights of the Beatles for Sale album, aren't they, if you think about it. I'm a Loser is a fantastic song. No Reply could have been a single. 8 Days a Week was a single in America, wasn't it? It wasn't in the UK. And Rock and Roll Music is probably, you know, a good cover version. I think this is an original copy. Yeah, again, it has got a KT tax code in the centre, but you're probably not going to be able to see it. And again, this is in really nice condition. Side 1. And side 2. GEP 8931. I don't think EPs really ever took off in America, did they? I think you had a couple of Beatles EPs, didn't you? But then that was it. And I think a lot of them were made for jukeboxes, weren't they? So yeah, lovely sleeve. That was £20, that one. So far so good. Everything I bought so far I'm happy with. Excuse me one second, folks. Then we got a couple of albums. First one is this. John Lennon, live in New York City. A fantastic live album. When I bought this originally in 1996, I think it came out, I thought the actual sound quality was amazing on this. Why it wasn't released at the time in 1972 or 1973, I don't know. Bearing in mind, you know, John was still in contract with Apple and EMI and Capitol, so you know they could have had a live album. Whether they didn't do it because they'd like sort of done a live album with the Sometime in New York City double EP, double LP, sorry, I don't know. This is actually embossed or embossed, so you know you can actually feel it. It's slightly raised. This is actually not a UK copy. This is an American copy, so this is on Capitol, where the UK version came out on Parlophone. I think the contents and everything are the same. And you do get a nice inner sleeve. John and Yoko on 2 electric pianos or synthesizers or organs or whatever they were. So side 1 you get New York City, It's So Hard, Woman is the of the World, Well, 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 Instant Karma. Side 2 is Mother, Come Together, Imagine, Cold Turkey, Hound Dog and Give Peace a Chance. So it's sort of like his greatest hits up to that point, wasn't it, really? You know, so although Hound Dog was an Elvis song, wasn't it? On the Rainbow Capitol label. Side 1. Side 2. Quite a heavyweight record. Like I say, when this LP first came out in the UK, which I presume it came out all around the world at the same time in 1986, I was blown away by this, and I was thinking, you know, wow, what a fantastic concert. You know, it must have been brilliant to see John Lennon live, which it would have done, but then I've since found out that some of this was there was some overdubs or something done by Yoko and session men. How true that is, I don't know. So if it's wrong, please tell me. If it's right, please tell me. I seem to remember somebody somewhere on another video saying that there was overdubs, and was it the keyboard player out the Elephant's Memory, who was the backing band on this, said Yoko overdubbed her parts to make it sound like she was a better keyboard player than him, or something like that. I don't really know. I'm not going to say any more in case I get into trouble, but yeah, a fantastic live album. If you haven't got it, I'd check this one out. The one on Parlophone is actually now quite hard to get. I think for some reason this American one is a little bit easier to get in the UK than the Parlophone one. The Parlophone ones don't come up very often, to be honest. This is the second US version I've got of this now. Cracking album. Like I say, if you haven't got it, save up your pennies and get it. I actually got this for a good price as well, £15. And the sound quality, whether it's been overdubbed or not, is still fantastic for a live album. And it is actually one of the better Beatles live albums, in all honesty. Cracking album. Just wish I could have been there, but I wouldn't have been because I didn't live in America at the time. This, I think I was about 5. You know, when it was originally recorded in 1972. It was something for a 1-to-1 or something. It was called, wasn't it? Something to do with the children's charity or something in America. I think it was televised in America, wasn't it, at one point? But and you could get this on VHS as well at one time, a long time ago. Showing my age now, aren't I? Yeah, fantastic album. Like I say, if you haven't got that one, you know, save up your pennies and get it. Next I've got, this is the pièce de résistance, in one way, of what I got from BPM. It's a mono copy of Revolver, UK pressing. It does say also available in stereo, but it's actually on the rarer Ernest J. Day and Co. sleeve there, because a lot of them were Gerald and Lofthouse, weren't they? You know the songs. The cover on this is probably one of the best ever Revolver covers I've seen from a, you know, for an original UK pressing, i.e. from the 1960s. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the inner sleeve, but I have got an anti-static sleeve to put it in. And somebody's wrote side 1 and side 2 and put the songs on it. At first I thought this was the magical stroke 1 mix, but it's not. It's a stroke 3, I think. I think it is. Let me just put my grandad glasses on for a sec. Bear with us, folks. XEX 605 stroke 2, I think it says, for side 1. And XEX 606 stroke 3 for side 2. So I presume that means this is a slightly later pressing. You do still get the sold in the UK subject to resale price conditions, see price list, and the gramophone code, and the made in Great Britain at the bottom. And this looks virtually unplayed. Honestly, it looks virtually unplayed, that does. I would say that this is one of the best Revolvers I've ever seen, and it's the best one in my collection, definitely. It looks unplayed, and there was a KT tax code just there as well. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. So that is a highlight, and like I say, it's probably the best thing I bought. I would be putting that in anti-static sleeve. I'll keep that one as well. But I don't know, because these were printed by Ernest J. Day & Co. Limited. I'm not sure if these had the same like rice paper inners as the ones that were done by G&L. Fantastic condition though. Honestly, that is in fantastic condition. Wasn't cheap. Well, actually, it was. When you think of how much mono copies of this album do go for on certain selling sites, and you think the condition of the cover and the record itself, I don't think I paid too much for this. It was £60. Yes, I know £60 is a lot of money, and I've spent a hell of a lot of money on records in the past couple of months, and I've got to stop it, otherwise I'm going to be skint. I really am going to be skint. I've got to try and cut down buying records, but that's easier said than done, isn't it, folks? Because you walk into record shop, and I know if I walk into record shop and they've got a good selection, I'm going to spend a lot of money. I go into record fair, if they've got good stuff there, I'm going to spend a lot of money. I am quite lucky that I've been able to do that in the past few weeks, don't get me wrong. It's not always the case. Even on eBay, you know, sometimes I'll start looking and I'll see a certain record and I think, well, that's all right. So I'll put on like a watch, or, you know, watch, and then I'll think, oh, what else have they got, that seller? You know, so I think we're all a bit guilty of that, aren't we? £60 for UK copy of Revolver, mono, all important mono pressing, which, no disrespect, I don't know if you got this in mono in America or not anyway, but I think in the UK, if you want to listen to the Beatles sort of like as close to the sound that the Beatles wanted to hear, up to and including the White Album, you've got to listen to them in mono. Stereo's alright, don't get me wrong, stereo's got its merits, but mono, for me, where the Beatles are concerned, is king. I'll probably get slagged off by people now for saying that, but that is just my preference. I prefer to listen to Beatles LPs and most of the singles in mono. You might not, you might like it in stereo or quadraphonic sound or whatever it was called. And finally, I don't really know why I bought this, because, well, I do know why I bought it, but I've already got 3 copies of this. I don't know if I can be able to show you. I've already got 3 copies of this. I've got 2 there, look. 1, 2. And then I've got, I don't know if you can see it. One here, look. So that's 1, 2, 3. Right. So why have I gone and bought another copy? I don't know. That's my honest answer, is I don't know. I do know why I bought it, because it's in really, really nice condition. If you are just getting into the Beatles and you want a nice collection without spending a fortune, this is probably one of the easiest things to do. Yes, you can go out and buy the Red and the Blue albums, which I would still advise you to do, but these do have slightly different mixes from around the world on them. So this is the box. Nice sturdy box. Why Apple hasn't reissued this, I don't know. Well, I do, because some of the mixes on these they probably haven't got the rights to anymore. I don't know, because they're from around the world, aren't they? So the box opens up like that. You can't take the lid off, it just opens up like that. You get all the track listing. Do you want to look at the LPs? That's disc 1. So now you get Love Me Do, P.S. I Love You, I Saw Her Standing There, Please Please Me, Misery, Do You Want to Know a Secret, A Taste of Honey, Twist and Shout. That's side 1, so you get 8 songs on that. Then you get 8 songs on side 2, so you get From Me to You, Thank You Girl, She Loves You, It Won't Be Long, Please Mr. Postman, All My Love and Roll Over Beethoven and Money, That's What I Want. And on World Records, which was a mail order thing, I think, from EMI, and this one is SM701. I think it's on a 2-box EMI file, I think. So that is side 1, and then that is side 2. I'll put the labels there. Side 1. And again, I don't think that's ever been played. Honestly, don't think that's ever been played. If it has, it's had minimal play, shall we say. Now some of these have this. Yeah, some of these have this image reverse, so it makes it look like John's left-handed and Paul's right-handed. I won't get the labels out because all the labels are the same, but I'll tell you what's on each record, shall I? So this is I Want to Hold Your Hand, This Boy, Can't Buy Me Love, You Can't Do That, A Hard Day's Night, I Should Have Known Better, If I Fell, and I Love Her. Side 2, you get Things We Said Today, I'll Be Back, Long Tall Sally, I Call Your Name, Matchbox, Slow Down, She's a Woman, and I Feel Fine. She's in love with me and I feel fine. Record 3. It goes a bit weird later on because so far, like, all these photos are sort of like period, aren't they, to the songs that are on them. So on this you've got 8 Days a Week, No Reply, I'm a Loser, I'll Follow the Sun, Mr. Moonlight, Every Little Thing, I Don't Want to Spoil the Party, Kansas City, Stroke, Hey Hey Hey. Then you've got Ticket to Ride, I'm Down, Help, The Night Before, You've got Tied Your Love Away, sorry, I Need You, Another Girl, and You're Gonna Lose That Girl. You do get sleeve notes as well. So that's like late 1964 to early 1965, yeah? So the songs on this one are Yesterday, this is disc 4, Yesterday, Act Naturally, Tell Me What You See, It's Only Love, You Like Me Too Much, I've Just Seen a Face, Day Tripper, We Can Work It Out. Side 2, Michelle, Drive My Car, Norwegian Wood, This Bird Has Flown, You won't see me nowhere, man. Girl, I'm looking through you in my life. So everything on there is from 1965, isn't it? But they've got a picture of the Beatles from, I'd say, late 1963, early 1964. I mean, all the hundreds and thousands of like photos that must have been took of the Beatles through their career, you'd have thought they could have put something a bit more relevant to what's in the record. That's not a criticism, by the way, it's just an observation. This next one's even worse in one way. So this is disc 5. So now you're getting into like the sort of Revolver sort of time. So you've got Paperback Writer, Rain, Here, There, Everywhere, I'm Only Sleeping, Good Day Sunshine, Yellow Submarine. Side 2, you've got Eleanor Rigby, And Your Bird Can Sing, For No One, Dr. Robert, Got to Get You Into My Life, Penny Lane, and then Strawberry Fields. And what did they do? Put a picture from 1963 on the front. Daft, innit? That's one of the wonderful things about being a record collector, isn't it? Disc 6 now. So this is everything on here is from 1967, and at least I've got a photo from 1967 on the front of this one. So you've got Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, With a Little Help from My Friends, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, Fixing a Hole, She's Leaving Home, Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite, and A Day in the Life. Side 2, When I'm 64, Lovely Rita, All You Need Is Love, Baby You're a Rich Man, Magical Mystery Tour, Your Mother Should Know, The Fool on the Hill, and I'm the Walrus. Cuckoo Cachoo. Again, these, I'd be surprised if these have been played more than a handful of times. Get that like that. So disc 7 now. So we're in late 1967 into 1968 now. So you've got Hello Goodbye, Lady Madonna, Hey Jude, Revolution, Back in the USSR, Obla-dee Obla-da, While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Side 2, The Continuing Story of Bungalow Bill, Happiness is a Warm Gun, Martha My Dear, I'm So Tired, Piggies, Don't Pass Me By, Julia, and All Together Now. So at least on this one, again, they have got a picture from, is that from the Mad Day Out in 1968, isn't it? So it does, you know, it is contemporary with the contents of the album. And then the last one, Disc 8. Like I say, that there's 8 LPs in this, so there's a hell of a lot of songs. So you Get Back, Don't Let Me Down, The Ballad of John and Yoko, Across the Universe, For You Blue, Two of Us, The Long and Winding Road, and then Let It Be. Side 2, Come Together, Something, Maxwell Silver Hammer, Octopus's Garden, Here Comes the Sun, Because, Golden Slumbers, and then Carry That Weight, Stroke Her Majesty. Now, you might think, well, that's the wrong way around, because side 1 should be side 2 and side 2 should be side 1. But they've done it the way they were recorded. So, although some of the tracks on here from Let It Be, and a lot of the tracks on there from Abbey Road, Let It Be was recorded before Abbey Road, although Abbey Road came out before Let It Be, so that's where they've done it like that. Again, surely they could have got a photo from the Get Back sessions, stroke Let It Be, or even an alternative photo from the Abbey Road sessions or something. 1967 again. Some wonderful mixes. In all honesty, this is, it's not impossible to get, but to get a decent copy, which like this one is, like I say, I don't think this has been played, or if it has, it's been played once or twice. All of the discs are as nice as the first disc that I showed you. I didn't bother showing you anymore because you're just looking at labels that are basically the same. If you want an instant Beatles record collection, save up your pennies and go for something like this. You can get these for as little as around £50 on some selling sites, although the box will probably be damaged or there'll be scratches or something on the records. This is actually in fantastic condition. I'll probably say this is in better condition than 3 I've got, and I thought they was in good condition. This is basically an unplayed copy. I'm sure it is basically unplayed copy. I would grade that from very good plus to mint minus, or excellent minus. That's actually, I'd say it's excellent. I would say that's excellent. You've basically got the Beatles' greatest hits in here, and the majority of some of the best of the Beatles songs off albums. And like I say, there is various mixes from around the world on here, which, you know, would take a complete video to tell you about them anyway. So I don't think I did too bad. That was £100. Like I say, you can get them from as little as £50. There is some people on eBay that want like £300 or £400 for that. So I think I paid roughly, I wouldn't say exactly what it's worth. I think I've got it for less than what it's worth, but I'd say it's round about the market price, if that makes sense. I'm extremely happy with everything that I've got. Like I say, if you are lucky enough to live in a town or a city where you have still got a record shop, you know, support them every now and again. Because once they're gone, you will miss them. Dave and his mate Anthony, who run BPM in Derby, are absolutely marvellous. You know, if you're new to record collecting and you know you just want to go and have a look, you can go and have a look. There's no pressure on you to buy anything. Honestly, there is no pressure. Although, you know, he's in business, so he does want you to buy anything, but he won't pressure you into buying something. He's got a nice last collection of collectible records. He's got sort of like run-of-the-mill records for around £7 an album. He's started selling new releases as well, which a lot of them are like reissues of old albums, don't get me wrong, but they're brand new. Then upstairs, like I say, he's got his records that aren't, how can I put it? If you're not bothered about having a record that's slightly dirty or it's got a rip in the cover or something, then he's got a vast collection upstairs, and I think I can't remember if it's £3 each or 5 for tenner, which I think it might be. Yeah, I'm sure it's £3 each or 5 for tenner. And I've bought some I've bought Wings London Town and Band on the Run and all sorts from up there. So like I say, support your local record shop. Thank you, Dave and Anthony. As always, you've done me good there, because I did get quite a good discount. I was a little bit cheeky though, I think. So yeah, over the past few days or past few weeks, I've done really, really well. I probably won't be buying any records again for a while now, because next month we're going to Liverpool. Me and Sue's going to Liverpool for a few days. It's going to be like our proper honeymoon. We had like a little honeymoon, didn't we, just after we got married? But at the time we couldn't really afford to go to Liverpool, but we did say, you know, that was where we wanted to have our honeymoon, so that's where we're going on the 12th, I think it is, Monday to Friday. And we're going on National Express. Of all things, we're not going on the train, we're going on National Express. I could drive, but because I drive for a living, you know, I like my holiday to start as soon as I leave there, sort of thing. Oh, t-shirt, Dark Horse Records. I've wore this on purpose because somebody did text me a few weeks ago and I completely forgot. Where do you get your t-shirts from? Anywhere. Susie Sumex. This one was actually bought from the Beatles shop in Liverpool. The one that's part of the Hard Day's Night Hotel. I think it's called. I don't know what it's called, to be honest, because the original Beatles shop is further down again, which is a fantastic place to go to. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope I haven't bored you. Just some of my finds that I've got from my local record shop. So It's going to be love and peace to you all. I hope you've enjoyed this video. As always, thank you to everybody that is subscribing, leaving me likes and thumbs up, and leaving me comments. My laptop and my phone are absolutely got a mind of their own at the minute. Sometimes they'll work, sometimes they don't. I had a comment come through the other day that made it look like it was a new comment, and it was actually from 2 months ago. So if I don't get back to you straight away, if you leave a comment, just be patient with me. It's not that I'm ignoring you or anything, you know. It's just my laptop and phone are basically kaput. Maybe I should have bought a new phone or a new laptop instead of buying records. Then again, maybe not. Yeah, I'm at the bunch there. I would say the Love Me Do single and this are the highlights. I don't know if I'm ever going to play this one, you know, which seems a bit daft, but it's in such nice condition. I probably will play it, but it won't be me everyday playing copy. Yeah, £60 for mono copy, an original UK mono copy. I still think that's quite cheap, to be honest. So whatever you're doing in the UK, please stay safe. To all my subscribers around the world, whatever you're doing, also please stay safe. You know, we're all part of one little happy family now. Remember, you are the beat in Beatle Dave. Without you, this channel wouldn't exist. Thank you to everybody, by the way, who is subscribing. And if you're not subscribed, why not? You know, if everybody that watched my videos, according to YouTube, was subscribed, I would have over 1,000 subscribers. So, you know, if you like my videos, just subscribe. You know, I'm not forcing you to. I'm not begging for you to. But if you like them, you know, just subscribe, because it is free. It doesn't cost you anything. Obviously, if you like it, leave me a thumbs up and a comment, because that helps to spread the channel in YouTube. I'm still not quite sure how that works, but you know, I'm still learning. If I look tired, by the way, it's because I am. I've just had a really not a very good week at work, put like that. Nothing too drastic. I think I'm just getting old, as we all do. So once again, thank you to all of you for supporting me in my little channel. I love you all, and I do mean that. Thank you to new subscribers and old subscribers. You're all welcome, and you all mean the world to me. And until the next time, it's Beatle Dave wishing you all peace and love, man. Peace and love, and see you very soon.